Travelled to Celtic Park on Saturday, having lost just one of the last 17 matches, winning 11 of those and drawing 5. Celtic unbeaten at home in their last 11 games, including Champions League matches, and fresh from winning last week's Old Firm encounter at Ibrox. Celtic brought back Mark Wilson at right back and Shunsuke Nakamura into midfield. No Andreas Hinkel and Koki Mizuno dropped to the bench. Samaras and McDonald continued in attack, with Venegur of Hesselink still to force his way back into the starting 11. Craig Levein brought back Danny Swanson in place of Warren Feeney. Goalkeeper Zaluska will join Celtic in the summer. And Lee Wilkie woke up to read Barry Robson telling him he needed to move on to pastures new after being linked with both sides of the Old Firm. The commentary from Jim Proudfoot.
Brown. Nakamura. And Samaras has made a very clever run. He's got round the back of Dixon, saw the goalkeeper off his line. An instinctive chip, a very clever effort, but one which didn't quite come off. The defeat to Rangers here back at the end of August seems a long time ago now. The only other aberration that Celtic have had. A draw with Hearts. Well played by Brown for Samaras! Doesn't look like there's going to be any aberrations today. Scott Brown was there to capitalise on the mistake from Lee Wilkie. And Samaras' finish was precise and assured. Celtic had gone up inside the opening 15 minutes. Now Scott Brown drives forward. Gary Kenneth is back to make life difficult for him. Robson's in support. Back for Brown. Scott McDonald at the far post. It goes instead for Robson. Deflection was all important to steer it away for a corner. Good break by Scott Brown. As he played it back in towards Robson. The little flick off Lee Wilkie's calf. Absolutely crucial. Towards the edge of the 6-yard box, it was too easy for Samaras. 2-0 to Celtic. Very easy. Got goal side of Lee Wilkie. And Nakamura's delivery was of the utmost quality. Well, United surrendered a 2-0 lead the last time that they faced Old Firm opposition. They have to come from 2-0 down this time. Here's Gomez, and that's a free kick. They possibly could have done with the advantage there. Daly had the ball at his feet and Flood was making a good run for him. I can understand why the referee has pulled it back. Now an opportunity for United to get the deficit back to 1 goal pretty much straight away. Boruc lining up a 5-man wall. McDonald and Nakamura close proximity. In fact, it ends up just being a 4-man wall in the end. Nakamura, part of it, does join to make it a quintet. It's Paul Dixon. It's brilliant. A sensational free kick from Dixon. And the deficit is halved straight away. Stunning finish from Dixon. Well, whether Boruc had the wall in the wrong place, it wasn't quite in the corner. The Boruc was nowhere near it. Caldwell's free kick. Robson. McDonald. They did really well to get it across. Samaras on the end of it. And Brown cleared off the line. Zaluska's relieved because he was caught in no man's land. Brown played it in. Dixon there to stretch out his right leg to clear. Robson. He's gone back to his goalkeeper, might not get there. Feeney can! Has he got the legs to go over the line? Robson acknowledges his error. Saw Boruc really short. Feeney couldn't get the power on it. McManus saves the day for Celtic. Launched long by Dixon. Daly tries to flick it on for Feeney. He has! It's 2-2. Dundee United come from 2-0 down. Celtic have blown a 2-0 lead. Well won in the air by Daly. And Feeney chased the lost cause. Just got there ahead of Caldwell to steer it past Boruc. And Dundee United, who blew a 2-0 lead against Rangers recently, have reversed that trend against Celtic.
From a situation, there's nothing happening. We give the ball away twice, and Mick dives into a tackle, and you get a problem from there.
You know, today maybe we were a little bit too negative to start the match, and I'll take the blame for that. But there's no saying if we'd started with a 4-4-2 and gone gung-ho that we wouldn't have got picked off.
You ask your colleagues all about the games today and they'll tell you the exact thing happened, same thing happened. If you expected to win at home and you haven't won, they'll be booing. And that's the way it is today in the modern game. So it's no different here from anywhere else.
Mark Hateley and Jim Duffy here on the full SPL. Did Celtic deserve to be booed off, Jim? You were there.
Oh, I don't think so. I think it was a terrific game. I mean, Celtic played very well in the first 45 minutes, and United, you know, equally as well in the second half, and it was a good game. And there's been too many occasions, Jim, where sometimes I think the Old Firm fan, but the Celtic fans maybe expect us to run over the top of teams. United are on a fantastic run, an excellent side with a top-class manager. So, you know, you want to have good competitive games at Celtic Park, and that was a good competitive game.
And Mark, that's 3 or 4 times this season Dundee United have matched up to the Old Firm.
Yeah, they have a belief, and even at 2-0 down there, they had that inner belief. I mean, Dixon scores one, gets one cleared off the line, and that's the spirit that Craig Levein has created now at Dundee United. They are not an easy touch for anybody. They are quite capable of beating either of the Old Firm. They have that belief. You can see the way they played there right up till to the death. I think the frustration comes from Celtic fans is when you see your team 2-0 up at home, losing 3 points, dropping 3 points, or dropping 2 points with a draw, and I think that's where the frustration comes from.
Lee Wilkie's made a lot of headlines this week, having been linked to both Rangers and Celtic, and possibly, Jim, at fault for both the Celtic goals.
Well, he was at fault. I mean, he should have cleared it away. He's got plenty of time to clear it. There's something I thought he had eradicated from his game, Lee, just that little bit of casualness and slackness. But, you know, he's well in control of the situation. He'd just stick it into Rose's head in the stand there, and he delays. Scott Brown does very well. He was exceptional in the first half, and it's a lovely composed finish from Samaras. I mean, but Lee there, you can do anything with that, Mark.
You know what Scott Brown's going to do. He's going to be all over you like a rash there. I mean, Lee has to make his mind up and just clear it into the stands and defend a throw-in.
Yeah, and the second ball, I think his body position's wrong here. I think he gets the wrong position. It's a great ball in from Nakamura, but again, this is something that, you know, Lee would be normally very, very good at, going attacking that ball. But he allows Samaras to get across the face of him, and it's an easy header for him. Gets his second goal of the match.
Let's be honest, Jim, at 2-0 up, Celtic at home, you don't expect them to lose the match or even draw it, perhaps. Yeah, but about midway through the first half, it started to change a little bit, because Craig Levein, as he mentioned in his interview, they changed it. He started the match with 1 up, and then he put Feeney on and Daly. He took Swanson off. He went a straight 4-4-2. And he had a real go, and really he was brave enough to do that. And as you said, they could have got picked off and lost 3 or 4, but they didn't. Once they got that first goal back, they then had the momentum and thoroughly deserved their draw. Yeah, Celtic lost possession on the edge of their own box, gave away a free kick, and how well did Paul Dixon take this one?
It's a fabulous free kick, but I think Boruc there is giving him an awful big target to aim at there. I mean, it's not flicking in past the post, it's not going right in the side, and I thought just slightly out of position for that goal, but it's a tremendous technique, and that is just a great anticipation there. Great knock on Caldwell, wrong side of the striker, and striker gambles and gets his just reward.
And
gets on the end of it, yeah.
For his celebration.
Yeah, well, he got booked later on, Feeney, because he had a little altercation with the Celtic fans, and I think that was a bit, you know, the one thing you don't want to see. He's got to walk away from that. I'm sure Craig Levein will have a word with him about that. But just leading up to that goal, it was just a throw-in in the halfway line, and it was a definite Celtic throw-in. and Gordon Strachan actually ran away with the ball, and once United played it, went to Paul Dixon, so again, long diagonal ball. But that should be something should be quite comfortably able to deal with, although it was a terrific finish again from Feeney. OK, guys, thanks very much indeed. SPL for the first round of fixtures in 2009. And after all the pressing of panic buttons last week and talk of Celtic running away with the title, Rangers have closed the gap at the top to 5 points. Dundee United in 3rd and 4th placed Hearts have a game in hand to play at Motherwell this coming midweek. Inverness now rock bottom on their own on 17 points, 1 behind